Welcome to Tamara Lynette Tales. I'm Tamara, and I spill the tea on your favorite reality stars. Married at First Sight After Party, episode 12. This episode featured Alexis, Stacia, and Beth from season 9. And you can find some clips from this episode on my Instagram at Tamara Lynette Tales. The signature cocktail was called My Tie Me to the Bedpost. Corny. It included white rum, dark rum, orange liqueur, or is that syrup, whatever that is, and lime juice. They showed the clip where Stacia and Nate met with Dr. Pia, and Stacia talked about having trust issues. Stacia said she has a hard time with trust because she's been let down in the past, lied to, and cheated on. So Keisha asked, what else does Nate need to do to earn your trust? And she said he's doing a good job. She just needs consistency and more time. So I find it interesting that she trusts strangers with one of the biggest decisions of her life, finding a husband, but then doesn't trust the person they choose. Like at this point, she knows Nate better than the people she trusted to match her with him. Anyway, they showed the scene where Nate and Stacia were in their sex den getting their 30 Shades of Grey on. It was a little watered down to be a full 50 Shades. Beth said that was like soft porn and I loved it. Please normalize this. And Stacia said that this was actually PG. She likes her toes sucked, but they didn't show the scene where she asked him to suck her toes. Then she went into the bathroom to wash her feet, then hopped into the bed so her foot wouldn't get dirty. And then he poured chocolate on her foot and licked it off. Okay, get it, Nate. So Keisha asked if they forgot the cameras were there, and she said no, they're very comfortable with the cameras, but like some of the camera guys were looking like, should we leave? Beth was like, I need to know where that place is, and I also want one of those swings. And Stacia said, I'll send you one, girl, I got you. And Keisha chimed in, my address is, so Stacia did an Oprah, you get a swing and you get a swing. Suffice to say that Nate and Stacia appear to be very comfortable with each other sexually. It looks like she trusts him in the bedroom. So Keisha said to Alexis, I know Stacia told you about that exercise, but what was it like actually watching it back? She said, after the bachelorette party, I thought we were going to Caddy for sex tips, but Stacia was the one. I'm just like, girl. Then they played a bonus scene from the bachelorette party where Caddy's talking about porn shouldn't be intimidating. It's like a good thing. And cheers to porn. Now, what happened to that playful person? I don't think we've seen her smile since Buffy the Vampire Slayer got canceled. So Beth said that Weeping Willow should talk to Nate, like meaning like getting some freaky ideas in the bedroom. So Alexis says, I feel like they already had some conversations because some toys have made their way into my house. My husband was like, hey baby, I got you a gift. And I was all excited and opened it and it was deep throat spray. Which is numbing spray for your throat. So overall, Stacia doesn't seem to have any real complaints about Nate. She appears to be aware that her trust issues are her issues. It was fun seeing her lighter, playful side in this episode. They played the clip where Alexis said she didn't know if she was ready to be married to Weeping Willow, and Keisha asked her if she really meant that. She said what she really meant was if they continue to be in a relationship where they torment each other, she didn't think she was ready to continue. That wasn't the question on the table, though. The question was, were you ready to be married to Weeping Willow? Not, are you ready to live a tormented life? I believe her initial answer, which was, no, I wasn't ready to be married to a man who cries at a drop of a dime with a dog that's not trained. She said, I spent a lot of time with Weeping Willow, and I asked him for 2 hours once a month to spend time with my friends, and that was still too much for him. Now, I've said it before, I don't think she's into him. So I feel like she's just trying to make it to decision day per her contractual obligation and wants to turn up with her friends until she can sit on that couch and say, no, Pastor Cow, I do not wish to stay married. So Keisha asked Stacia what she thinks about Alexis inviting Weeping Willow to go out with her and him saying no. And she's just like, that's his fault. And Beth chimed in and said she believes it's his loss too. Like, meet new people, explore your community. So Alexis says part of the problem is that he doesn't have friends in San Diego. She's his only person. So if he had the opportunity to hang out with his boys, then he probably wouldn't mind. I don't know if him having friends would make him feel better about your weekly turn up, girl. Then they showed the scene where Alexis was talking to Weeping Willow while he was blindfolded. Stacia and Keisha were giving Alexis side eye after that scene. Stacia said, girl, that was like, I like this, I like that, and I want a divorce. That was peace out, see you later, we done. And Alexis was surprised by their response. She was like, really? Yes, girl, really? So Keisha said, girl, you could see it all over your face. You could feel it in your energy. So what made you decide not to speak your truth? She said, I've been speaking my truth for a full month. And if I thought it would make a difference saying it again at this point, I would have said it. And I didn't want to overshadow what he just said. And I wanted him to feel like he could tell his wife things and not feel like she's going to come back and attack him. But no, it's not an attack when it was his idea for both of you to say what's on your mind. And he even led by example on what he meant by that. Like, bang, bang, shots fired. Keisha said he also feels like he's second to your friends and dog. Do you feel like that's true? She said, I don't feel it's true, but I had no idea he felt this way. But now that I have this information, I can work on doing better. Then Keisha asked if the roles were reversed with the dog situation, would you have given up Newton? She didn't hesitate. She was like, for sure. I've sent him to my mother's before. Newton has lived with my mother in the past. Just me being a free spirit and traveling. I believe her when she said that because it would give her a valid excuse to leave their apartment on the weekend. I could just see her heading out in her little club outfit, telling Weeping Willow, I'll be back. I'm just going to go visit Newton for a couple of hours. Don't wait up. And then come home smelling like cigarettes and Alizé. Then they played the scene where the guys were talking about Alexis wanting to go to the club all the time. And Nate said that his gut is telling him that Alexis's heart isn't in it because she's gossiping and going to the club every weekend. She looked frustrated coming out of that clip. She said that they only heard one side of the story so she can see where they were coming from, but she doesn't want to be perceived as someone who is just out there going out and gossiping all the time. It hurts her feelings. But girl, what is your side of the story? I think Alexis's mistake was going to the club. I get that she needs a break from being cooped up in an apartment with the man she's not that into. But girl, do origami or tree shaping or soap carving classes like normal things married folks do. Don't be all turned up in the club until after decision day. Bye!